We've got trouble with that maniac.
Go! What are you waiting for?
That thing better not crap back there.
Can't house train an eagle, dude. Not without stealing its soul. Hey, Dad. It's been kind of a rough go for me lately, Dad.
You don't say.
Somebody shot me and the building fell on me.
You let somebody shoot you?
It's not like I invited him to come shoot me, Dad.
Pathetic.
Cut it out with the introspection. The mind is a den of scorpions better left running from, not towards.
We just got shot at! You ever been shot at?
No.
Two jerks in costumes and a couple of rejects.
It's like a real team out there. Peace, mother.
What's going on, everyone? The Great Talent here, and today we're going to talk about Peacemaker. Yes, the HBO Max series. I want to call it the spin-off of the new Suicide Squad, the one that came out, I think it was 2020. It was 2020. I don't know. The years are just blending together, folks. I don't know what fucking day it is anymore. I don't know what fucking year it is. I don't know. Ever since 2020, the Purge started, everything's just been up. Anyway, so Peacemaker is like a character within the new Suicide Squad movie. He was part of their team. Some shit went down in the movie. Don't want to spoil anything. Let's not get into that. Just let's get into what this show is. And it's pretty fun. It's basically like takes place the events after the Suicide Squad. Peacemaker kind of branched out on his own. He forms his own little crew, fights aliens, kicks some ass, fucking listens to rock and roll. It's a fun time. Why is it a fun time though? Because fucking James Gunn took the helm, not only wrote all the episodes, but directed them too. There's only 8 episodes in season 1, but he wrote and directed, I think, pretty much the majority of them, at least co-wrote them and stuff. So yeah, I think that, to that point though, let's just dive right in. What I really enjoyed about this show, the acting and performances. Everyone in this series just seemed to have a ball with the role. They seem to have a grand, glorious time with it. It's just, especially John Cena. Now, I'm not a big John Cena fan as a wrestler, but as an actor, he's come into his own over the years. I think he's done a pretty decent job conveying his skills on the screen. Whether it just be a big fucking bulky, hunky looking fucking character who's just having fun. A lot of these actors on screen and actresses, they're having fun. But I think John Cena as Peacemaker is having the most fun. He's just in there fucking dancing. He's having a good time. He's like spewing these one-liners that are pretty funny. They land most of the time. He's having a ball with it. The soundtrack, I just want to touch on a little bit. I mentioned it earlier. Like it's James Gunn, folks. So James Gunn, if you don't know who James Gunn is the director of the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, the Marvel movies. So to see him come over to DC and give his little spin on an ensemble thing with Suicide Squad and now with Peacemaker, it kind of feels like a darker version of Guardians of the Galaxy. The soundtrack is a little bit less poppy, like in the Guardians, it's like pop rock, like pop hits or whatever, from like the 60s, 70s, and 80s. Peacemaker here is just like straight up heavy metal, rock and roll, it's right up in my alley, it's right up my forte. So I was digging it, I was loving it. Like I said, it has a Guardians of the Galaxy like feel and tone, like Peacemaker. The whole plot just is about kind of Amanda Waller's daughter is like tasked with getting Peacemaker and his form a little crew to take down this like suspicious like alien supernatural like activity or whatever. And before they like wreak havoc on the planet and humanity and whatever and all that bullshit, all that good shit, whatever. The plot is not the strong point, I will say that. That's in a con, but on my cons. But other than that, like I said before too, John Cena's one-liners though, I just gotta say, folks, that like some of the one-liners he says, like he digs into like a lot about the other DC heroes, and it's really funny. It's like really funny. He talks about Batman, where he's like Batman, he like always fucking inadvertently kills people, so I don't want to know why people fucking like love him and shit like that. And he says like he talks about Aquaman like fucking fish and shit. It's just it's so funny. And I don't want to spoil anything, but at the end of the last episode of the season, like you get a little surprise visit from, I don't know, I'm not confirming or denying this, but you might get a little visit from members of the Suicide Squad. I mean, the Justice League, excuse me. I don't know, can't confirm or deny. You're gonna have to watch it yourself. Other than that, though, my favorite thing about this series is John Cena Peacemaker's little pet Eagly. His name is Eagly, and he basically is just like a pet bald eagle. I mean, I know it's like CGI or whatever, but the eagle is fucking awesome. It's cool as fuck. The eagle is just chilling with Peacemaker, like hugging him and shit. Fucking just being like a pet, just like a dog or a cat or whatever. He's just chilling, and it's awesome to see that. I personally want a pet eagle now, a pet bald eagle. I really do. It's just great. I know that would never happen, but yeah, it's fucking great. Robert Patrick is in this, the T-1000. If you're not familiar with who that is the T-1000 from the most known for the T-1000 from the Terminator, Terminator 2 Judgment Day. He's in this movie. He plays Peacemaker's like racist, bigoted father, and I think he does a good job. He also is like this underground, like fucking secret superhero, supervillain, or whatever, like as like his little cult or whatever, following and whatnot, called the White Dragon, and he's like all kinds of guilty pleasures to witness. He's just literally he gets on the screen, just spews racial slurs and whatever, and it's like, wow, it's like kind of feel like that old expression, like, you can't say that on TV anymore or whatever, like that's how it feels. It's like he just gets on there, he fucking says this shit, and it's like just like guilty pleasure to laugh at, like just how fucking like crude he is. It's just silly, but it's fun. Again, it's a fun time, it's a good time, this show. I also, lastly, about the pros, I want to touch on the character development on Peacemaker. Well, first and foremost, Peacemaker has such a weighted past that they kind of dig into, and it's intriguing and interesting to say the least. He goes from like this, if you watch the Suicide Squad, you can see how much he evolves, and he goes from being this nonsense, like fucking doing whatever for my country. I will murder in the name of my country. I will do whatever it takes to keep this country like on top of the world and secret safe and everything. And in this show, you can kind of be like, you kind of see him like second guessing himself. He's like, I don't know if I should be doing this anymore. And it's like, you can see the evolution of that over time, like why that actually happens and how that unfolds and how he kind of reaches that point. I think that was pretty good on the writing team's part, James Gunn's part, for that matter. What I did not like about the show, the story concept about aliens and like invasions of the body snatchers type thing feels a bit convoluted at times. I honestly couldn't really stay, like, it was really hard to follow the plot. I don't know if it's just because of my adult ADD or what, but I was really having like difficulty following the plot at times. I understood the concept, aliens taking over people's bodies to kind of harvest some type of survival thing on Earth, and then there was like a little twist in the end. I didn't really wrap my head around too much, just because I was just too busy like enjoying the rest of the show, like the music, the soundtrack, the acting performances. I wasn't really caring. I just wanted to see them have fun, kick ass, and take names. Kind of, I've come to accustomed to just shutting my brain off with these type of like superhero shows and whatnot. They're like a dime a dozen. They are such a high commodity. Full disclosure and full transparency, they're just such a high commodity. I'm just like, fuck it, just make me have fun. Like get this shit on screen, just to fucking just have a good time and just watch the action unfold and watch the hilarity unfold and whatnot. I mean, if you have a great, like, enriching and engulfing immersive story, that's great, but that's not the case here. It's just kind of like a run-of-the-mills alien backstory. Ooh, aliens are taking over, gotta stop them. Well, wash, rinse, repeat. It's been done ever since the Avengers, like, kicked it off back in 2012, and here we are again. Other than that, the plot, like I said, to that point, though, the plot doesn't really feel like it's like it is as engaging as it intends to be. But that, piggybacking off what I just said, like it wants you to be engaged, but at the same time, it wants you to be engaged more with the characters and the character arcs and the character development, as well as the hilarity, the humor that's going on. So it kind of overshadows the plot, is what I'm trying to say. Also, too, there's some type of like cinematography going on here that kind of made me a little bit dizzy, because like there's like whoever did the camera work is like, I don't know if it was intentional or what. There's a lot of shakiness going on, a lot of shaky camera work, and I'm like, am I really like tripping right now? Am I tripping balls or whatever? Because I'm like seeing the camera shake, and I'm like whoa, like I'm just like, damn, like what the fuck is happening? I could have done a little bit less with more like tripod work on like camera tripods and whatever, instead of just like a guy holding a camera going like this. That's just my personal preference though. I don't know. That's just me. Anyway, other than that, it was a fun ride, fun show. Yeah, no, if I had to, if it was a solid show, like I wouldn't gush over it. I would just say it's a very solid show. With that being said, if I had to score Peacemaker on a scale of 1 to 10, I'll give it a solid 7 out of 10. I think it's a solid show. I will keep watching it. It keeps me engaged at least. It's funny. It has something for me to be invested in. I enjoyed it very much. Sorry, I can't talk tonight. But yeah, with that being said, that is my little take on Peacemaker. I know I've been a little absentee with movies and TV shows lately. It's because I've just been engulfed in other things. But hopefully trying to get back on the horse here. Next up is going to be, I'm watching The Boys Diabolical, the little animated series prior to The Boys Season 3, to pregame for it. So yeah, I am ready for that. That's what I'm going to be watching next. I'll probably drop that review. It's a very short little mini series. I'm going to watch that next and probably check out Pam and Tommy, as well as a bunch of other shit I got in my list too. But not to forget about video games and movies too. So the next movie I'm going to be doing probably is, I want to check out that new Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie just for shits and giggles on Netflix. Other than that, I want to check out, we have Morbius coming up next in the theaters, and Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I'm also going to check out, I've been playing these weird indie games too, video games like on PS5, Fist, Forge of Shadow Torch, and I'm going to check into Guardians of the Galaxy. That's next on my list as well, so I'll be looking forward to that in the next couple of weeks. And yeah, that's all I got for now. So that being said, that's my review of Peacemaker. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked the video, why not subscribe and like it, and we'll catch everybody next time. Thanks, as always, for stopping by.